Hey, hey, the show starts at 9 o'clock. So this is my pre-show. How y'all doing? Just waiting. Just wait, poke till people come in. I gave people the links. So let's see. Show supposed to start at 9 o'clock, so y'all early, so you gotta go use the bathroom, go drink some water, go tell your kids to go to the bed, whatever you need to do. You got a little time before the show start. I got some more information for y'all about this shutdown that I didn't know, but now I do know. And so I'm going to share some of that. Hey. Hey, hey. So, I'm typing to people now, saying who's gonna come on. Should just call them, but I ain't gonna do that today. Brian. Man, that's crazy. I was just reacting to something that Teresa was telling me. But again, show starts at 9 o'clock, so we get about 23 minutes. Hey, what's up? I'm just in waiting on everybody to come in. Huh? What? I don't know what my wife talking about. Yeah. And so, when everybody always late. I think I'm the only one that love to start my stream a little early so people can, if you ever been to a concert or an event, basketball game, they got things going on before the game. You don't just show up at the game at 7 o'clock. You should normally start. I don't need you to looking at my stuff. Bye. Get out my room. Out my room. And so, yeah. And so that's how it is, You don't normally just come to the game. As soon as it's while it's playing, you normally come before to get settled in. So I guess that's how I do it. I get it settled in, have a little music playing. You know how that go. Hey, Floyd S., you can hear me, right? Say yes, type yes. Please say yes. I'm on myself. Yeah. Get out my room. No, go that way. Go that way. That way. Go out my room. It's bedtime. Yeah, buddy. So I'm waiting on some folks. We'll talk about something, but if I talk about something now, I ain't gonna have nothing when the show starts. Oh boy. Yeah. I'm waiting on people to join the live so we can discuss things right. I'm waiting on people to come on in so we can discuss what's going on this planet. Things going upside down, round and round. Don't know what I'm gonna do right now, but I'm just chilling, telling people what's going on. I've been wondering how long people gonna stay asleep. So I'm sitting here trying to give them something that they might see, to wake them up, to get them awake, so they don't go break their mind, break their heart. 'Cause I trust in the Lord my God. Yeah, it's been hard out. It's been hard. I've been in this game about 3 years, and it's still shaking me. But it won't break me down, 'cause I know what the devil's after, and I'm trying to turn the chapter, trying to get in, trying to get my mind right. But every time something goes right, seems like the devil try to fight me in the corner, each and every way. But I get on my knees and say, Lord, I pray, keep the devil at bay, make him back down. Yeah, 'cause I know if I put him my choice, and the devil don't have no force over me, over my mind. And I take this time to realize that I gotta be right. I gotta keep Jesus Christ first in my life. Yeah, everything getting hard, but I trust in the Lord my God. I don't fear nothing else, 'cause I know Jesus, he got my help. Oh man. No. Oh yeah. I'm trying to get it right. Trying to live my life for Christ. I'm trying to get it right with him, 'cause he saved my life. He pulled me out of my sin. Now I've been born again. He made my mind right with him, so I don't have to fight. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting on 9 o'clock, 20 minutes, and we should be on. Oh, man. Maybe, yeah, you need to come on in, Stone Bender, and share some of that. If you want, Let me post a link in the chat, see if it go through this time. Ooh, yeah. Sitting down, chilling, waiting on 9 o'clock to hit, and making people go down. Close my door. I don't know why it's doing that. I think they done shut it down where you can't post in the link no more. Because unless it done expired, oh Lord. I don't know, it must have expired or something, cause I don't know. Let's see. Let me see. Well, I'm actually live, but it's not acting funny. I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way because this little link stuff ain't working. Oh, there you go. You got in.
Man.
How you get in?
Hey, Cowboy sent me the link. The one that you posted just went to the main page. I told Cowboy to come over here.
And see, he knew how to post the link. And so I don't know why it's not working. They used to let it work in the chat, but it seems like it's not working in the chat no more.
I don't know. I mean, McFall did that a couple times, I think, where it just brought you to the main page, then he posted it again. But
and I think it's a timeout too, because it's a timeout. Like I was on Brian's show the other day, and he sent the link, but I didn't get the message. And then when you go, it won't let you in, so you have to send it again. So I'm gonna try to recopy it and see, cause it's working. Cause you here, so it ain't not working. And so let me see.
The one Cowboy sent in was from Google Hangouts.
Yeah, and that's where I normally send it. I sent the ones at the Google Hangout, but I thought you may want to get in through the chat, so I guess they blocked the chat part. So.
Maybe he reposted yours. Yeah, maybe he took yours from Google.
Yeah, because I posted one in the Google chat, and I posted one, the one I just posted in the YouTube chat. Let me see. I wonder what Hebrew doing. I caught a couple of his things. I said he think he funny.
It's gonna be a whole series now, I think.
hey, tell him he become famous. He gonna have to give me my rights to my no.
Yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
10% at least.
Yeah, buddy. I'm waiting. It ain't 9 o'clock. What's her name? Teresa Lynch said I guess she probably be eating something. So a lot of people waiting on that. But I do just like they do at shows and the Bulls game. They don't wait to to open the building. They had the building open for 5 hours before the game started. And so you come on in when you want to. And so I just had
get some people in here.
Huh?
You got to get some people in here first. You know,
yeah.
I'm noticing I don't see anybody else. I don't see anybody else commenting here.
Yeah, it's 4 people in. And Cowboy said he'd be in a minute. Last time I was on earlier, I had about 14 people. They said that they would be in, you know, and that's why I do the early show for about a minute or 20 minutes, because a lot of people going to sleep and it's late. You know, 9 o'clock is kind of late on a weekday. People gotta go to work the next morning and all that other good stuff. That's why I don't like to have them marathons at night, you know. But I got some more information. More information on.
What I'm wondering is prelim, is it buffering for some other people? Because prelim didn't make another comment. If you're in there still, you could hear this prelim and make another comment. And Floyd S. and Milkman Trucker too.
Yeah, I see. Cowboy, he said something. Oh, now I can give you a wrench because now I'm on my computer. I actually got my old headset that my son broke my doggone one of my ear things, so I can only hear in one ear. But I didn't put the. I thought you can do it here. It don't say it. How did I give what's the name of wrench? That's what I want to know. Cause I thought I used the Hangouts. I mean, I thought I used the messages, but I only see go to channel, report, remove, put using timeout, hide using add. Oh, add as moderator. I got you. It don't say wrench. It says moderator.
I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what a wrench is. It makes you a moderator.
Okay. So I gave you a moderator thing.
Cool, man. Thanks, E-Man.
Yeah. I ain't got the PA system stuff hooked up. That's for church tomorrow. Because, you know, I noticed that the speakers on the iPhone, it when it gets so loud, it brings everything real low. And so I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted to make it like y'all was in a church service. And so I got everything set. I bought another cord because my Bluetooth cord, the adapter was going bad. So I just went and bought a regular straight on cord.
That new mic, you mean?
Yeah, no, it's not the new mic. It's a PA system mic. You know, I had a regular PA system hooked up that day. I had everything hooked up to the PA system, and I ran it back to the iPhone. So whatever was coming out of the PA system was going into the iPhone. But I had to adjust the volume of the iPhone because it was peaking. So because I had it on the house, I can control the house.
What was it peaking at? What was it peaking at?
No, you remember you said it was peaking?
No, that's Cowboy talking.
Was it peeking at? Was it peeking around the corner? Peeking through windows? What's it peeking at?
Cowboy, you low today. What's going on with that?
Am I?
Yeah.
Is that better?
I can hear you, but I'm like I know I sound like somebody, but you sound like a little bitty ant today.
What about you? Hey, Stone Bro. What about you?
Hey, I hear you.
I changed your name, dude. You're Stone Bro now.
Yeah. everybody done got Stone Bro, he bro. It's gonna be E-Man Bro.
Well, no, man. He ain't white anymore. So he's gonna call him Stone Bro.
The action figure change, yeah.
He bro.
What's up, he
yeah,
bro?
I want to be the ball guy though.
He bro.
Let me ask you this, Stone Bro. Let me ask you this: the A-Team band, you saw residue on there?
Yeah, you never heard about that change in the second to last video you made with the A-Team van when he pulled up? Your A-Team van is black and red, and the new A-Team van in the show and everything has got a gray top on it.
Now, I have to be careful with that one, because when I look at it in some of the shows, it's where it's turned, it looks like it's black, and then sometimes it looks like it's gray when it's high definition. So them TV shows back then wasn't even in HD, and so maybe it was gray, but because of the camera quality, it looked like it was black. Because
yeah, but then wouldn't the whole thing look black? Because the bottom's black too.
It looked like it was gray on the top and black at the bottom. It wasn't all the way gray. Even with the residue, it ain't all the way gray. And so I know, and that's why I know we have to be careful with some of these Mandela effects, because if we don't have the video or the tape in our house, it's hard to trust what's online, because they have showed the AI ability to take things out of video and put things in the video. Already a productive video they can add and take away easy. And so when we look at these Mandela effect changes, I would rather somebody show me a DVD of an A-Team or a CD that they have in their possession, because if we look on YouTube for the clips, and you know that Google is part of the deception, and so why would Google make it easy for you to find residue?
Look at it.
Right.
Quick.
Yeah, that's the only spot I looked on YouTube when it first came out.
Look. Oh my God, my floor's wet. Okay.
So that's a good point.
And so that's why it's almost like I always say, why would you ask somebody that's poisoning you for the cure?
Shit.
They're the one that poison you. Why would,
Actually, if I look close at it, if you take a close look, it's like a gun barrel gray, which looks more black.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it may be the camera angle that we was looking at, and because they might have remastered the photo or zoomed it in, now we really can see it what the true color is. But certain angles on certain things with the light hit it, you may not see the whole color, or it may change in color. And so
yeah, but see, I was a big A-Team fan back.
Me too, man. I know it. I remember black too. I remember seeing just black and red, but makes me wonder, is it was just my TV I was looking at? Because back in them days, we didn't have no high definition. We didn't have no real high quality, and so we can only perceive what our TV was putting out.
Ghostbuster bug just fell on me. Hold on. There we go.
And so
what I'm looking at right now is the top of it's a grayish color and the bottom is a blackish color. You just can't see it on my phone when I shot the video.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Didn't look like it to me. Huh.
it's just like
The lighting probably.
right, and so that's why I had to use what we got. I use Google, but I use it with a grain of salt, because just like when the Lion and the Lamb first changed, before they sold up all the holes that they had, every image that you looked at with the Lion and the Lamb had the Lion and the Lamb, and then 3 weeks later, every image you looked at was the wolf. They didn't have no wolf and the lamb laying together, and so they corrected their mistake, and so now they up on everything. Now they probably got a team of people that's, whenever they change something, they make sure that they put online exactly what the change that identifies with the change. Now, only thing that we could do is probably go to a historic website that's got old magazines or old news clippings and stuff like that. But I still look at that as a grain of salt. It's just like the thing that you know that's changing is people when they have videos in their house. Like I got about 150 DVDs in my house. I got my pastor. I should have got them doggone VHS tape. He had a whole case of VHS tape, and I didn't take them because I didn't have no VHS player. But looking back, I should have took it. So maybe that'd have been some of my residue proof. You can probably still find it on the web, but you know.
Yeah, I got a VHS player. Just gotta clean it out. The tracking's all bad.
Mm-hmm. And so we 3 minutes to 9, 4 minutes to 9, and I'm about to put Hebrew on the crew, on Cowboy, and
yeah, definitely.
I'm about to put Hebrew and Stone on the crew list.
Hebrew brings out the kid in me. I gotta tell you, man, I kind of want to go get some toys. I want to get some action figures and the van and stuff.
I know, Ray's got the play sets and everything.
You guys come over and play G.I. Joes with me, all right?
Oh, we're on, dude.
Oh man, hey Palemino, how you doing? Hey, I talked to Party Puppy earlier. He said he may grace us with his appearance. I don't know if you got his email, Cowboy. Send him a link. He said he'll come in for a second.
Oh, just for a second.
All right, let me. I'm gonna give it to Fizzy. Fizzy will do it.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm like, man, we got 3 more. We got 3 more minutes, and then we can. Is anybody? Is that music kind of loud on the internet? Cause I can't hear it. That's the only thing I hate. I can't check the level on the internet without feeding back to myself.
Oh, what you were playing earlier?
Oh, the music I'm playing. Okay. Palemino said it sound okay. Okay. I just didn't want it to overbear us. All right, thank you, Palemino. Yeah, but so okay, we'll be starting because I got some information that I want to share with you all. Many of y'all probably already know it. But it's some stuff that they're not talking about this government shutdown that I didn't even know until after that. But I let that be the first thing we talk about for a second, and then y'all can add y'all thing, whatever y'all got. Teresa says she's supposed to be coming. I gave Sandy an invitation. Let me see. Did she get it? And so, yeah, man, it's like crazy. It's like they since we started, well, it's 9 o'clock now. Well, since welcome everybody to the crew, and where we talk about everything and anything, as long as we be respectful and to one another. You know, we bring out some stuff that a lot of people may not be talking about, and so I'm gonna start out with this shutdown. It seems like every day with this shutdown that they make themselves get more angry with one another on purpose. Now, President Trump can't do the State of the Union address when I ain't never seen that in the history ever happen. And they both bickering like they little kids. They acting like they bickering. I think this is a reason to say why the government shut down. They use this as an excuse of why they can't get along. They cause the issue and then act like they feuding with one another. And I don't believe they feuding with one another.
The Republicans and Democrats just can't get together and get together on one issue and just can't just agree on anything. It's like those old movies where you'd see the UK and the America and all them guys just arguing back and forth, but you couldn't even understand the word any of those guys was saying. You know what I mean? Those old movies. They're just arguing, and not one person can get one word in edgewise. And that's exactly what's going on. Like you said, they're little kindergartners on the kindergarten playground arguing. You almost need like a teacher or something to step in there in the middle and say, oh, okay, now kids, come on now, settle down.
And so,
well, here's my opinion though. You know that, E-Man, but maybe Hero don't. Yeah, I see the argument they're doing.
right, it's all a game.
But it's a show. Behind doors, it's all planned out. This is not like real stuff. What they're doing, it's already set in stone. They already knew who was going to be president, but they're going to play it on stage and bicker and fight and make you think you got it right.
It's all a game.
It's all a game.
And but this is what I didn't know. And people tend to don't even talk about this, and I don't understand why they don't talk about this. The TSA and all the other government agencies that's been furloughed or not being paid, they got to work without pay, but that's not the problem. There's a bigger problem that's going on. A lot of people didn't know, and I didn't even know. They have contractors that work for the government, and it's more than 800,000 people. I think it's about 4 million people that's in contracts with government, and they're not getting paid either. And so we look at the 800,000, which is nothing compared to over 4 million contractors, but the difference between the 4 million contractors and the 800,000 federal employees, that the contractors don't have the same right as the regular federal employees. They just a contractor with a company that's paid by the government, so they don't get no back pay. They don't get furloughed. They just lose all their money. They don't get no reimbursements on their loss. And everybody talk about the 800,000 federal employees, but they don't talk about the 3 to 4 million contract employees that's contracted by the government.
Aren't the federal contractors backed by a union though?
No. They federal contractors. They like subcontractors. Almost like they're not directly under the government, but they work for the government. And so they work for a company that's contracted by the government. So they don't have the same protections under a federal worker as a contractor worker. And so they don't get no back pay. They don't get no retro, or they don't get no furloughs and all of that. They just out of luck. And so and then, like I say, a lot of people think, well, okay, one day if the government open up next week, everything gonna be all right. Well, first of all, everything ain't gonna be all right, because them 4 million people that didn't get a paycheck and ain't gonna get no paycheck, they already back pay. I mean, they got double bills now. They got bills that was due that didn't be paid and ain't got no money to reimburse them for the double bills that's being paid.
It'll take up to a year. It's going to take up to over a year to get all that straightened out. And even then, it won't all be straightened out free and clear. They're going to owe a lot of people a lot of money. And you know who it's going to cost? It's going to cost the taxpayers.
Do we lose you, E-Man?
Uh-oh.
Do we lose?
E-Man.
E-Man.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
No, I muted my mic because I had to do some correcting.
And your chat's not moving on your main screen, by the way.
Well, I see it moving. I just see it's Craig just said, hey everybody.
No, but on your YouTube channel, it's still stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck from the other day. That's what I said the other day on your YouTube channel.
What? Why is his face not on there either, guys? Why is there a guy named Joe on his avatar?
Joe.
Yeah, does that say Joe? Oh wait, do I need glasses? That says love. Never mind. That said love.
Yeah, these glasses for real. And, hey, don't go driving.
Oh, yeah. Look it. It says, "Love me as Maria."
Okay.
All right, we got you, brother.
No, I don't say love me, Maria. What the world wrong with you?
That's what you need to do, Ebro. You gotta turn E-Man into Maria next time.
and so, like I say, it's a whole lot of people that's being affected. Like I just was going with the 800,000. Then I was thinking about the 36 million other people that they don't talk about either, which is the housing and the public aid and the federal assistance. But a lot of people say, well, they've been getting a handout. Well, every now and then, everybody has to get a handout because we need help. Sometimes, and then
that's affected my mom
this
too.
stuff needs some tiger sauce.
And then the bad part about it, this is what trips me out when they say these things. First of all, according to the United States government website, we all in a company. And so every dime that America got, I have a portion of that money. And so you ain't giving me nothing. You only giving me what I'm owed. Right now, they say every citizen of America is worth $420,000. So if I'm worth $420,000 right now with the access that you all have, well, you ain't giving me nothing. I'm part of your corporation. I get some of this money.
That might be on paper, but we're never going to see that.
And the bad part I'm surprised ain't nobody went to the nobody took the United States government to court and say, you say this my money, why can I have none? You saying this is what my citizenship is worth, okay? And you say this is how much money in debt that I owe. First of all, I don't remember signing a contract that told you I'm gonna be in your company. Matter of fact, I ain't saying I wanted to be part of your debt. I didn't say.
Right. Well, that's probably has to do with your birth certificate or something, some underhanded thing like that.
But see, that's another thing.
The contract.
I can understand the birth certificate and the Social Security card. But first of all, I was a baby, so I couldn't agree to that. And how somebody gonna put me under a contract? My mom and daddy gonna put me under a contract that I didn't agree to. And see, right. Until somebody sued the United States government, they had to explain that. Because on their website, if I pull up their website and show y'all what they say each and every last one of us is worth, how much asset that the United States own all around the government, when they say we $21 trillion in debt, well, we have assets of over $200 trillion. So we really ain't in debt. We just got some debt that we ain't paid.
Did you see that those people that were trying to collect on their Social Security number for that type of money? That hey, if that's what I'm worth, and there were people cashing it out, and I guess the government went after that for them. Well, see, apparently there's some type of way to get that people have gotten it.
That's what I'm saying. So when you say that I got entitlement program, yes, I'm in your company, so I get some rewards for being in this company. I look at, matter of fact, let me pull it up, cause when I looked at it, I did a video about that, man, and a lot of people say, somebody else talk.
Somebody else talk.
What's going on?
Because I'm trying to type. Okay. Now I'm about to show y'all my screen. Hold on, let me go here. Okay.
Yeah, our Social Security number is a account number.
Here you go. You see this? Now y'all looking at this debt clock right now. Everybody on YouTube. You see how much the debt is going up. We're at 21,000. It's moving. But don't look at that. Look at this here. Look at our assets down here. And how much assets moving. Our assets is moving faster than the debt clock. And so, yeah, So our assets is steady growing past the debt clock. So yeah, we getting debt, but we getting more assets at the same time.
You're not sharing. Are you supposed to be sharing, brother?
Yeah, I'm sharing.
No, it's not coming up though.
You should see it. It should be on YouTube now.
I see it right there.
You gotta look. You gotta go on YouTube. You gotta go on YouTube and mute it.
Yeah. Oh, I have your YouTube up. It's just a black screen.
I see it on mine, but I'm about to mute it.
Oh, hey, never mind. Hey, never mind. Sometimes
your phone is lagging way behind, Cowboy.
No, sometimes I hit the stop button on the YouTube and.
Yeah, but yeah, you see that, and so our assets, our total national assets, are moving way faster than the debt clock. Way faster than the debt clock. And so, yes, we got $149 trillion in assets. I don't know if that's, $1 trillion in assets. And every American, according to this, has an asset of $456,000. And so if I have an asset of $460,000, you say, well, you can't get that. Why not? It's mine. It says per citizen. It didn't say per household. Does that say per citizen? So that means my child, my wife, my other 2 kids, we millionaires already. And then you look at this over here, you say, well, and this what tricks me out right here next to the debt clock. Debt per citizen, $66,000. I'll say, okay, I owe that much debt, but I got $460,000. So take my debt out of that, and I don't owe you nothing.
Right?
Huh?
Where'd you get this from?
What?
Where'd you get this? What you got up on the screen? Where'd you get that?
This is the United States debt clock. It's in real time. This is how. This is everything breaking down from every asset to every credit card, from U.S. gross domestic product, from the defense of war is $670 million. The U.S. total debt. Now see, we look at the U.S. national debt. Is at $21 trillion. Huh?
We're trillions. We're not billions. We're trillions in debt.
Right, but our assets is $149 trillion. So we only owe $21 trillion. So okay, take the assets that we got and pay that debt, and now we don't got no debt. Because if you look at it, look watch this. But then, well, see, this is the whole. Now, see, this is what trips me out. They say United States total debt. So that means, so we got a national debt and then we got a total debt, meaning we owe other countries. And so if you look at our little $21 trillion, ain't nothing compared to the whole debt that we owe, which is $72 trillion.
Don't we owe China like $92 billion alone? Just China?
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. The U.S. total debt is $72 trillion. Our own personal debt is $21 trillion, but our total debt as a country from other people and other countries is $72 trillion. And so then see, look, they even calculate student loan debt over $1 trillion, mortgage debt $15 trillion, $15 trillion, total personal debt $19 trillion. And they break it down to every graphic that you can think of. Property tax revenue. They get over. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So they get over $583 billion in property tax, and that's. I think that may be local. I don't know if they say local property tax revenue, federal transfers, revenue per employee. So per If you got a job, you worth $737,000. And so what gets me is what they want to happen though, is they want this to crack. They want this to crack. That's why they put it that high. Because they want that bubble to burst, and when that bubble bursts, it's almost like we went bankrupt. And that's what they want.
Look at that total. Look at the total debt per person: $219,447. Total debt per family: $856. Savings per family: $11,000. That right there just tells you right there what kind of system we're in. We're in a fucked up system, man.
And like I say, these kind of numbers and this kind of layout. I'm telling you that we're not just citizens. We're part of a company. That's why when an American get trapped overseas, they try to bend over backwards to get them back because they worth some money.
Right, but that's never going to happen, you know. I mean, we know what the system is for real, and that stuff like that is there to stress us out. If they really want things the right way, they could have started a long time ago. But they're building it up to a point where things have to change, and then here comes the new world order. You know,
well, that's why I didn't like Obama, is because according to history, I did the research on that. Every president other than Obama only raised the debt $1 trillion. Now Bush raised it 4, but he raised it 10.
I'm not even going to talk about him.
And so economically, just financially, he doubled the debt, triple than any other president.
Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that though. You know?
Is this here clock thing?
I just threw up in my throat.
Starting from 2019, is it yearly, annually, daily?
No, this is right now. This is live. This is what the debt is right now.
If we look at the bankruptcy, 803,172 bankruptcy. Is that since January 1st? Is that since January 23rd, 18?
I think that's period. Meaning as of now. As of now, that's what debt we got. As of now.
From when though? Starting from January 1st? Or
no, this never stops. It's no reset. They don't do just like they don't do.
Well, I'm sure there's more than that. 803,000 bankruptcies in this country. If it started,
maybe they adjusted later on in the year, but this clock is continuous. It don't reset on January. Unlike our income tax reset every year, this clock don't reset. It don't do a reset. It keeps the numbers flat and just telling you what.
You can't click it on any of those.
No, it's set. It's not clickable. None of this is clickable.
So none of these asses are clickable?
No. And so,
you mean to say assets?
What's wrong with you, man? And so this is, a lot of people don't even know this. A lot of people do not know this clock exists. A lot of people don't know these assets exist. A lot of people don't know that they are worth that much money. I see a lot of green on this thing. I see a lot of black. I see a lot of green. I see a lot of red. Every state, Lord Jesus, that's a lot of debt. But when I looked at debt per president, that would trip me out because we think what's his name? What's his name? Clinton, that he had the country in the right mind. What people don't understand is when he did that NAFTA agreement, that messed everything up because that took everything from the steel mills to all the jobs, all the companies. They started closing down after that deal. Started importing all the jobs to China and other places. And so, yeah, we got some money out of the deal, but that was short term. In the long term.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what else that was too? I think is what's that, Hebrew?
I think Bush is the one who caused all the jobs to move to China, in my opinion. Not just China, but overseas, China, India, Russia, all those other places, because he wanted the cheapness. God dang, that hot sauce is getting my throat. I'm aspirating. Yeah, that's.
Well, he just picked up probably where Clinton left off, really.
Yeah, but I mean, because Clinton, Clinton, he, and I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but I'm just looking at the deals that was made. They said we was in a surplus during Clinton, and the reason why is because he made all of them NAFTA deals where they can go import steel and clothes, because all of the steel mills, even like in Illinois, all of them closed when Clinton was in. They started moving all their plants and started moving all their everybody lost their steel mill jobs and these factory jobs when Clinton was around. And we were still in the surplus because to move the jobs overseas, they had to pay a certain amount of revenue tax and a import tax. But that only lasted for so long. But the revocation of the economy is if everybody in your state or who was relying on them jobs and was thriving off them jobs, now they don't have a job. And so, like I say, every president, their job was to kick the New World Order down the line, to manage whatever they needed to manage to get us to where we at now. Every last one of them. Only the last president I think that was maybe on the up and up was John F. Kennedy.
Probably Kennedy. I mean, Clinton put us in the red and made us a lot of money so that George Bush could turn around and spend it on the Iraqi and Afghanistan war. You know, they knew that was coming.
That's because
they also use it. They also use it so that we can also buy them totally overpriced homes. And they can make their money off of that, and then that crap.
Right, and I never got that. I never got that.
All the oil fields and oil rigs and all that stuff. He had all his money tied in the oil, so he wanted that to get shut down. Those other businesses to get shut down and shipped off to other countries. Because he's the only president that had stakes in it, personal stakes.
And you know, hold on, let me see.
I can't eat no more of this. Burn my throat out.
Hey, bro, you trying to make me hungry again?
Sorry. You don't get hungry on that. That stuff is nasty. It's not nasty, but I put too much tiger sauce on is what I did.
Oh, tiger sauce. I miss that stuff.
Yeah. It aspirated into my lungs. So I had to cough it out a little bit. Whew. Okay, sorry guys. I didn't mean to do that on the air.
Well, so you know that government shutdown thing, that's in a way that's like sanctions on our own people, because my mom's suffering from that too.
Oh, yeah.
She's on disability and gets benefits, and they gave her a little more money last month because they knew it wasn't going to be here next month. And you know, the people that are really hurting are just like sanctions. When we put them on other countries, it hurts the poor people first.
That's who gets hurt.
It's a threat, basically.
Yeah, see, here you go right here. Yeah.
That trickle-down economics started already. It doesn't trickle down to poor people. You
see, here you go right here. Look. Hey, look at what I'm looking at.
What's up?
I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. All right.
I gotta get in.
If we go all the way down. See, we had some money in here. This is when we started losing money. Losing money. losing money. So this is this is where the trillions started coming in. Trillion for Ronald, trillion for George, trillion for Clinton, 5 trillion for Bush, 8 trillion for Obama. Out of everybody, he did the most debt. And your boy, he trying to catch up with him. Donald Trump, he up 4 trillion. But see, I don't know where he gonna end up at. Trump gonna end up at. But they're projecting by 2021 this how about debt he's gonna incur. But look at this. Look at Obama.
Probably like a little
$8 trillion. That's the worst economical president that we ever had. He beat out for just his debt. He beat out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 presidents together, they ain't made his debt.
Yeah. But you don't even hear about that. They just gave him the Nobel Peace Prize, and you don't even hear about that, you know?
And see, so a lot of people talking about, well, Bush put us in debt. Look at Bush debt. Yeah, he did put us in $5 trillion. But look at it, Mama matched that. And so nobody talking.
Man. Huh? You see, you got your George H.W. Bush there, right? And then he did that Kuwaiti little war, right? And then he pulled out, right? Before they got Saddam, even though they had him cornered, right? And then guess what? He bought businesses to make desert warfare military weapons and vehicles. And then here comes his boy, and his boy buys all of the stuff to go back in from Daddy's company.
Of course he did.
That's okay though, apparently.
That makes sense though, because what I told you earlier, he's protecting his interest.
Right, all of them is. That's why Trump went for the president. He ain't getting paid. He don't even want no money. So what's the purpose of him in there? And for his interest.
That's right. They've got an agenda, and they want to push that agenda.
That is that what we have here with Donald Trump? He's just a higher up in the mafia. Ain't no different. Mafia never went away. He's right there. He's been working with them forever. These guys are puppets, man. Look at you got daddy and son going. His homeboy and his wife are going at it. You know, almost got there. You got the actor. You got the other actor going. Dude, they just keep doing it over.
Reagan, the actor.
Well, let me tell you something.
See, this is when the United States was popping in 1924 to 1929. We had surplus of $5 billion. Woo! We were popping. We were popping.
And the thing is, these guys all come from the same bloodline, man. You can track all these guys all back. Almost all the presidents, the same.
Donald Trump's daddy was the one responsible for sinking the Titanic, if you believe in that conspiracy. We'll get into that.
You were talking about that before, Hebrew. I never heard that.
Yeah, him and J.P. Morgan were in on it because they put all of their competitors. They made sure all their competitors were on that boat that night that it happened. Yeah.
I ain't even pay attention to the doggone chat. How y'all doing? I am so sorry. Yeah, when I do these shows, I don't be paying attention to the chat. I'm sorry. How you doing, Garmin? How you doing, Riley? How you feeling? Why is that? That's because I'm actually sharing my screen, and so only way I can share my screen twice is I had to double click it, and sometimes that becomes a headache to do the double clicking. But I'm sorry. Y'all very important. I'm so sorry.
It's all right, Eman. You know I got the chat room.
Tammy told you to go to hell?
Huh?
Why did Tammy tell you to go to hell?
I don't know. Who told me to go to hell?
No, not you, E-Man. Riley.
Well, first of all, who's Tammy from Orion? Am I supposed to know her?
I guess so.
And so, a little bit.
Well, let's see how that progresses. But E-Man, watch this. Just like you say, watch this. What I was going to say before about that whole thing is like, you know, you got Trump. I mean, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, the Republican Party didn't seem as evil to the main average person as they do today. So, and if you think about it, there's an overlap between Christians and conservatives in the United States. There's always been. So you have the satanic power structure, in my opinion, painting a bad image of Republicans and conservatives with Trump. They're using Trump to do that.
Yeah.
So when the average person, you know, a lot of these militant liberals now that we have that are acting out in violence and stuff now, that was never around 20 years ago either. You know, they're supposed to be all about the, you know, no fur coats and pets and peace and all that stuff. So now you have the flip-flop, and Trump is the fall guy. Not the fall guy, but we are the fall guy for that. I think he's basically there to destroy that party, which is going to in turn marginalize Christians. And the wall he's talking about, I've been saying this here and there, you know, that wall is being built. It's built already. It's an invisible wall, and it's between people. If you talk to your friends on Facebook and how people are losing friends over this and stuff like that, that wall has already been built, and it's separating people, which is more divide and conquer.
I'm going to jump in here just 1 second, or if you're finished with your statement, that is. I mean, I don't want to jump on you or anything.
No, that's pretty much what I was saying. I mean, a lot of you guys know that out there, but it's like, it's so obvious because there's some people that just live and breathe on watching mainstream media, sitting on Facebook and listening to, you know, arguments going back and forth, losing friends over it. And, you know, if there was a real problem, people would turn on, you know, that's what they want. They want people to turn on each other, so they got less work to do.
I'm going to be open with you guys. I'm going to say it to the chat too. I'm not going to tell you exactly who I voted for, but I'm going to tell you why I voted for him. Is because I was getting sick of politics like usual, and I thought that this particular person was different than all of your other regular politicians. And I thought that they, you know, this person was open and honest, and they were saying whatever was on their mind and didn't give.
Well, you don't gotta tell us who you voted for. Now we know.
So,
Hey, you done gave it away. But see, look, let me tell you this. I am gonna say this, and like I said, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I don't trust neither one of them. I don't trust none of these presidents because it's all to get us in a new world order. But I do have to say,
he fooled a lot of people though.
I do have to say, according to what he's doing as far as getting the jobs back and the tariffs and all that, trying to make a deal with China, we did get a bad deal when the NAFTA deal. And so I agree with trying to get us a better deal where we can make more money and bring some jobs back. Now I know everybody got an agenda and the one world government gotta happen, but just in the short term, the bringing the jobs back and doing the tariffs to trying to get a better deal, a better trade deal, I believe that has to happen anyway, and even before the one world government. And I agree with the wall, but what I don't agree with the wall is why they fighting for the wall, because they already building parts of the wall anyway. And I'm talking about literally building a wall on parts of the border anyway. So why not finish what you started? Why not do the whole project? Why do you want to do it in pieces? And you know, you do it in pieces. Why would you leave half of your door open? You gonna make a half of a door and leave the other half open? I don't get that. And so my perspective is this is a game because it ain't over a wall. And we say that's over a wall, but how could it be over a wall when they already building a wall? It's already a wall, a steel barrier being built right now on the border. They just didn't fund the thing to go out, how many miles they needed to go out to cover the whole border. And so that's like using an excuse for nothing. You using I mean, come on now. You done made half of the cheese toast, and you tell me you're gonna give me the other half of cheese toast?
They should have just built it out of Legos and prayed that everybody tried to cross the border, crossed over bare feet.
And so, like I said, I don't understand about this. I don't understand. Another thing I don't understand, why as America we're fighting so much and we are suffering and we're fighting so much for people that did something illegal. I don't get it. I don't even know why the president would make a deal would give somebody that's illegal, that came here illegal, some breathing room. Well, that's like me going to steal from a bank, and yeah, I stole from the bank, but I give it to my kids, and they can benefit from my stealing. Come on now, you breaking the law. If I had to follow the law, you should have to follow the law. It shouldn't be all of this immigration and them coming over. I don't unlock my back door. Do anybody in this room or anybody on this chat room keep their back door open and let anybody walk in it? Huh? And so I don't understand why that has to be a tagging point on all our legislation. Let that be some separate. That's like a side order, or that should be like a dip. That shouldn't be our main argument over immigration. Immigration, I mean, they're illegal. Let them go through the process like everybody else. Fill out the paperwork. If we got enough room, you can come in. If you don't, then you have these other people say, well, we're a nation of immigrants. But see, I tell people, before the Constitution, yes. But once we established our laws, we told all of them foreign people that was on our land that didn't belong here to get off our land. And so we can't use the old rules for the new rules. We got laws and regulations now. So I ain't gonna never say, well, my African brother came over here and he ain't want to come over here. I can't use that. Constitution wasn't even around. But when the Constitution was drafted and we put these laws in place, you gotta follow them. I'm sorry. Years ago, you didn't have to wear a seatbelt. Car didn't even have a seatbelt. But I can't go around now and say, yeah, because in 1930, we ain't had no seatbelt, so I ain't wearing no seatbelt. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get a ticket. Because they ain't gonna go by the 1930 law. They going by what the laws is now.
But what if you're driving the 1930 car, though?
Well, then they gonna tell you they got things that you can put in your car to give you a seatbelt. Ain't nobody buying no 1930 car. They probably don't even work no more.
Probably go about 15 miles an hour.
And you spend more money putting it in the gas tank. What, you gonna drive around the corner for $40? And gas ain't like it used to be, a nickel a gallon.
I can remember us.
Here's the thing. Here's something a little bit, D. So apart the whole different countries, borderline, all this crap. Let me tell you something, man. Rome never fell. King Queens never fell. All they did, instead of like having them keep fighting over a bunch of land, they just designated that land to them and controlled them, and let them think that they have their own land. We're all still under. Doesn't matter what country you live in. It all goes up into one, just like the pyramid, man. We're all under one umbrella. We're all controlled under this. Doesn't matter what country you live in. It's all controlled under the same umbrella. And it just trickles down. So when you start looking at, Putin, or you're looking at the Philippines guy, the guy from Japan, the guy from China, Trump, don't freaking matter, man. They're all just players on a lower level. And it's controlled. This world is controlled by the one at the top, man. That's why I think that we should
now all they have to do is bring it out to the average person.
And buy into their separation, their division, and their us against you and me against you, and we're together and whatever, because we lose sight of really who we're fighting against.
I say
it's all right there in the Bible, man.
I say we should go do like they have in England, have a king and queen system over here. That's what it's going to come down to eventually.
Oh, it ain't gonna be a king and queen system. It's gonna be a one world government where we're gonna be owned by the EU, the United Nations, eh? And that's not a good thing because now, and the only way, and that's why I think all of this government shutdown is being implemented, is because they gotta either shorten the population or cause an issue where they cause civil unrest so that they can call martial law. And when they call martial law, nobody has any rights. They can take your house, your car. It's a dictatorship now. That's the only way they're gonna get the one world government up and running. That's why the law was put in place, the right to bear arms, because the forefathers knew it was gonna be people that try to get us back to that Muslim.
Like that, Joey, man. It's already becoming like that. One second, hold on. Well, there was a story about this guy. He was living in his home, and the I don't know if it was the feds or some sort of SWAT situation. They come and break into his home and gun the guy down. The guy didn't have any guns whatsoever. They gunned him down in his own home, and turned out they were at the wrong home. The home was next door. So it's already getting to where the police force can just break into your house, do whatever they want. They can make you do whatever you want. And if you're not compliant and you don't do what they tell you to do, they're going to kill you even if you are compliant.
I mean, but you know, that it's not widespread. What I mean, when they break down the Constitution to put us in martial law, that they have total control. Right now, you can sue them. You can still cry First Amendment and all that other good stuff, but they're situating us in such a buckle where they want us to loot. They want us to loot. They want us to riot, and the reason they've been priming us because I think Black Lives Matter was a primer, and what I mean was a primer. How law enforcement did things, what they said they did things, what have you, and the Black Lives Matter go riding and tearing up stuff, and you even had a mayor saying we're gonna let them tear up and we're gonna let them destroy. And so they put in people's mind that they can, if they want to, they can ride and no consequences will be awarded to them, and that they can do whatever they want. They can shut people down, and they got the authority. And so now they done pumped that in people's head. And so with this new thing coming, people gonna still think they got the right to do that. And what's gonna happen, they gonna have a rude awakening, because the government last year, 2 years ago, well, a year and a half ago, ordered over 20 million rounds of hollow-pointed bullets. And so,
Homeland Security, yeah.
And so they waiting on you to act a fool so they can blow your head straight off. And see, and people gonna think they in that same regime, but once you in the martial law, people don't know you ain't got them same freedoms. And they done been piping and spiking people's head up, acting like that they run it. And I was like, why are they letting them run stuff like this? Why even is the president meeting with that group like that? Why would you give them any kind of
funded a lot of that?
Why would you even give them any kind of platform unless you trying to insinuate something?
I was going to say, Washington, D.C. has the open carry where you could just walk around the streets with a gun. Have you ever seen those videos where those guys, they walk out in the street with guns, and then when the cops come up to question them, they're like, I don't have to show you ID. I don't have to show you this or that. I wonder what that's going to come down to when they start forcing them to show their ID. If they start forcing them down to the ground, say, no, you're going to have to. And like you said, we could sue them and all that stuff, but it's going to come a time when you won't even be able to do that anymore. You won't have it.
point, when you get to that point, you won't be able to do that. You know, all that racial division started with Obama, and people don't question why George Soros' money was behind a lot of that Black Lives Matter stuff. You know, what's a white billionaire doing funding Black Lives Matter and, you know, our first black president? Then all of a sudden you have racial issues, and now they're even worse with Trump. Or they say they're worse, they want to portray they're worse, but if you go out and walk out on the street and talk to the average people, at least in my town, it's not even there. It's just the media that's pushing that. You know, like Eman was saying, they're trying to get us to a point where they have an excuse to usher in that martial law.
I mean,
and so long, they're so good at it. Most people that watch TV and sit there and watch Facebook and mainstream media things, whether it's on the left or right, already believe that. You know, it's a small few that see it and don't. And now that's even on YouTube, that's being back down.
I'm losing you.
Yeah, you're getting.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna get deep here, man, because I really could go real deep here, and I don't think I'll wait till I'm back up in line before I go too deep on that.
But see, I mean, and the thing is, like I say, all of this is a chess game. Every last piece of what's going on is a chess game, and we just have to learn how to navigate. We are pawns in the chess game. We just have to know how to navigate and try to negate some of the bull crap that's gonna happen, because we gotta be in this world, and so we know what they up to. But as long as we can negate and try to navigate, or try to postpone a one world government, the better it is. But trust me, they gonna get this one world government rolling. That's why they bring AI, and when these 65% of the jobs start leaving the AI, and that's another reason I think this government shutdown is happening, because they gonna say, well, maybe we need, especially if it drags on 4 to 5 to 6 months, then they gonna start talking about, well, maybe we need to give everybody universal basic income so they can survive. And maybe we need to replace some of these programs with the universal basic income, because the AI and the artificial intelligence and animation is about to disrupt the economy and the job flow anyway. And so these jobs with the TSA are going to be replaced with robots anyway, because they just showed you on the airport where they can just scan you now and you can just go right onto the plane. And so this is maybe another reason why they purging the TSAs. Maybe they want some of them to quit, or they want the airport to shut down so they can implement some of these AI robots that they got for temporary solution. That's what they gonna call a temporary solution, with maybe a supervisor to watch them. Just because the airport had to close down, these people ain't gonna come to work 3 to 4 months without getting paid. So now it's a vital asset to America to keep the airline industry up and running. And so we have to find a temporary solution, which that ain't gonna be a temporary solution. It's gonna be a permanent solution, because then the airline's gonna say, oh, people really liking this, and they glad that they ain't gotta worry about all of this shutdown, and the robots can do this and that, and we ain't gotta worry about humans. See, all of it is a game.
Not only that, E-Man, but the robots have already kind of taken over in most of your grocery stores and Walmarts and this and that. They're cutting back on the amount of cashiers now, and all the not robots, but the automated checkout lines that you have now and stuff like that. They got the cameras on you. Have you noticed, you go through the checkout line, if you do it yourself, they got the camera on you. So
right. Hey, you know what happens if you put your finger over that camera at Walmart?
What's that?
An alarm goes off.
Really?
And you take it off right away because you feel stupid. I tried that a couple times.
I ought to try to put my hand over it and see what happens.
Wait,
you'll hear an alarm going off.
Wait, Stone Bro, you said
Yo.
It makes you feel stupid, but then you did it a couple times.
Yep. Well, I feel stupid anyway. So, as well, you know.
Now they've got it to where you don't even have to shop anymore. You just order it all online.
And then they'll bring it to your car. You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We're being primed, and we don't even know we're being primed. See, that's why I think these TSAs are being strong like that to put in their mind, man, I ain't working with that. I have no certainty. And they already got the robots ready and rolling, but they can't just bring them in because they don't want an uproar. So if they create a problem where they quitting, then and the airport got it. If you hear on CNN and all these other channels, well, maybe they gonna have to close the airport down. And the reason why they doing that is because that's gonna be their excuse to bring the robots in. And they gonna say, well, you didn't want to work. You didn't want to work, so we had to keep the country going.
They're already doing that. They're already putting them in. You don't even know it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You wouldn't be able to tell.
They're starting to slowly integrate the robots into the society, into our system, to the workforce. It's all in the workforce, not just Walmart, grocery stores, and banks and stuff like that. But you know how we were talking about chips being in all of our bank cards and credit cards and stuff like that? It's going to be in our hands, which it already is in some of these companies, that you have to use the chip in your hand to even enter a building. It's going to be before long. You're going to have to pay with the chip in your hand.
Of course, that's why Sweden, they already chipped every last one of their citizens. China have a social credit score. You notice every city now they putting up these new lights, these new white lights, and the reason why they got to use these new white lights is because they brighter, and the I call rust kind of lights that I guess the camera can't see with them, and so they're using these new LED lights that they're putting up now.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're putting cameras in the urinals before long.
And so it's coming because you got to think about it. If China is the second largest economy and they doing it there, don't you think America right down the street from that's why the Constitution has to be, and this is how they're gonna get the Constitution rewritten. Because what they gonna say is the Constitution or the forefathers that wrote the Constitution couldn't have imagined the technological advancements that we are implementing, or the society and how these changes are dramatic, and they didn't know that we're gonna have to have cameras and facial recognition for certain things for it to roll and free flow. And so we need to redraft this Constitution because it's about time for this Constitution to be updated. And we don't want just a United States Constitution. We want everybody to enjoy these advancements as the world. So we need a world constitution, a world bank, so that we can all help one another. So they're going to make it seem real nice. And American people, if they don't know what's going on, they're going to fall for it.
It's going to be one world government. That's how they're doing it. They're doing all these implements, like you said, one world constitution.
It's already been there. You get one world government, and it's been there forever. It's always been there. They're just trying to implement it for us to understand, so they don't have to hide it anymore.
Right, that's it, man. So they don't have to hide it anymore. That's it.
It's already there.
Well, see, before they get the whole thing up and running and turn on a switch so everybody can see, they had to obliterate the Constitution. They're going to have to take that out of place. And the only way they can take that out of place was some kind of catastrophic breakdown in society, or war, or some kind of disaster that gets them to change it.
It'll be a war. It'll be World War III. They're already trying to get Russia against us again. They're our allies, and now they're already trying to get them back against us like they were back in the 80s. It's all coming back around. And England doesn't want nothing. I mean, not England, sorry. The French hates the United States, always has. And of course, you got the Middle East, all the Middle East. You know, when all that 9/11 stuff went on, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theory or anything like that. I'm not going to on this program, but you know, when all that stuff was going on, you saw the Middle East. They were burning American flags in the streets, and they were celebrating and screaming and hooting and hollering, you know, and stuff like that. There, I mean, there's going to be a World War III. It's coming. It's just a matter of time. It's coming.
Of course. And so, hey, man, let me, because I enjoy you all, and I thank you all for coming out to join with the crew for the conversation. I'm not going nowhere right now, but I just wanted to thank you all in advance. Hey, Teresa, you know the show called Emmy versus Food now has changed.
Man versus Food is this guy that would go to places and it was like food challenges, like to eat so much food in a certain amount of time. It used to be Man versus VS Food. Now it's Man v Food.
I thought that guy was dead.
No, did he die? I know there's a different guy doing it now. I didn't know he died.
I thought he had a heart attack or something, and then
Did he really?
I think so. He might not have died, but I think that's why he quit doing the show, because he got so overweight that he was having heart problems. So he had to quit.
He was eating it? For God's sakes, jeez.
There's America for you.
Right?
I mean, and like I say, man, this is that's why I say this is all of this stuff is intertwined in some form or fashion. You know, and this is the only reason I talk about it, because people don't understand. Like I was telling my first lady, all of this is intertwined with one another. They're just different pieces of puzzle to make the puzzle fit. The Mandela effect, the government shutdown, these earthquakes in diverse places, these strange anomalies with these animals and stuff falling out of the sky, chemtrail, all of them have its place in the grand scheme of things.
I'll tell you, man, I need to probably apologize. I shouldn't have brought up all that 9/11 stuff. I know there's a lot of
I mean, and this is what, and the 9/11 thing, I seen that, but I seen an implosion personally, because I used to live in the projects over in Chicago, and they brought every last one of them buildings down with an implosion. They didn't do it, they couldn't just knock it down. And when I seen the 9/11 building fall down, I said, why did that look like an implosion? How do a plane make a building crumble like that from the bottom down, up, down, up? It ain't, I mean, how did that happen? And so that was kind of fishy to me anyway. Now, and then the Bush family, they evacuated the facility and all that. All of that brings up question mark. We may not know exactly what happened, but it gives you a question mark. I don't like to throw conspiracy theories, because then that's when you go down a whole rabbit hole. I always heard this: you're entitled to your opinion, but you ain't entitled to your the truth. The truth is the truth. Opinions, everybody can have opinion, but you're not entitled to your own truth.
Yeah,
right.
Opinions are like, you know what? Everyone's got one.
And so,
right, they're pushing that today too. Everybody has their own truth. I see that they're pushing that.
You're not entitled to your own truth. You're entitled to your own opinion. And so, I don't never call the Mandela effect, what they call a conspiracy, because that's an opinion. I know it's happening because it done changed stuff in my house personally, and I know my scripture. And when you call it a conspiracy, that's something that got wiggle room. This is the truth. Mandela effect is happening. That's a truth. That's not an opinion. That's happening. You got too many examples that's going on.
There's too much stuff going on, and there's too many people in the community seeing the same exact thing that, you know, it's two similar things that everyone else is seeing. It's too much coincidence going on for it to be a coincidence. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's got, there's, yeah, I think it's absolutely the truth, man. You're right on the money on that.
And so, yeah, you know, people say, well, that's another conspiracy theory. No, I said, this is no theory. This is not a theory anymore. I done got past the theory. This ain't no theory no more. This is a fact.
I took a video this morning and posted it in one of our Google Hangouts, man. And it was warming my car up for work. And I was like, I gotta take a video of this. So I got the sun barely coming up. I've got zigzag chemtrails all across it coming up.
Wow.
And then I pan to the right, just not too far, and there's the freaking moon. I mean, I couldn't capture it on my phone, but I could stand there at my car and almost peripherally see both of them out of the corners of my eyes, the sun and the moon. That close. Ridiculous, man.
And like I said, and I never, growing up, I never seen the sun and the moon out at 12 o'clock a.m., p.m.
Yeah.
together. I never seen it. This is now, it's like, this is the thing, the sun and the moon out together.
Right, it's happening more and more. You know, the blood moons, but the news comes up with all different names for them, and it's all biblical prophecy. I mean, they're trying to block out what's going on with, you know, that's just one of the reasons probably for the chemtrails. Anything they do, there's multiple reasons for it. September 11th, chemtrails, there's always multiple reasons for it. It's never just one reason. There's just like multiple reasons.
Rally, you going live in a minute, so that'll be good just for me to go off so that everybody can head over. He might got some good stuff that he got. And,
hey, let me know how you doing, buddy?
And so I thank Cowboy, I thank Rally, I thank Cowboy, I thank Ebro, I thank Stone for coming on. If y'all don't mind coming on next week, I'll put y'all as a group that's gonna come on, because I normally put who gonna be on the crew that night, so everybody can know who's gonna be talking. And
thanks for
having
me on, man.
And I thank you all for just being on the show. Let me pray.
Thank you, Eman.
Father God, I thank you for everybody that's in the chat room. I thank you for everybody that's on the panel, God. I thank you for our minds. I thank you for our openness. I thank you for clarity in our thinking, God. God, thank you for everybody that may click on this video after this broadcast, that they will get some understanding and get to know you and trust you. You know, that's the whole thing, is to get your life right and love you and trusting you, God. I want to pray for them families that's not due to their own circumstances, but for the government not paying them, God. We thank you for their service. We thank you for their commitment, God. And Lord, keep the help and the financial help going to the people that's being generous to help them eat. And thank you for the banks and the creditors that's maybe giving them a break or a pause on their bills, God. And pray for those that may not have them kind of abilities or don't have a place where they can go to a food pantry, God. You watch over them. Send some family members to send some relief, God. Watch over all of them federal workers that's contracted, they're not getting a release after the shutdown, God. We pray for them. We send out all our prayers for them, God. Lord, in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And I love you all. And y'all have a good night. And I think Rally going over there being live, so I guess we're going to all head over there.
Thanks, man. I love you, bro. Thanks, man.
All right.
Thank you, man. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Los de tus favoritos con el renovado 2x5 combina y ahorra.